Hey guys, and welcome back to 10 Binge. So if you're scrolling through Netflix and not sure what to watch, I've got you covered. Today we're talking about the top 10 best new movies on Netflix in 2025, fresh releases, hidden gems, and some must-watch hits. So grab a snack, sit back, and let's jump right in. For number 10, Fear Street Prom Queen isn't exactly a masterpiece. It's sitting at a 5.1 out of 10 rating. But if you're into slasher-style teen horror with a 90s throwback vibe, you might still have some fun with it. The story takes place at Shadyside High, where the popular girls battling it out for prom queen suddenly start vanishing one by one. Meanwhile, this outsider girl, totally not part of the prom drama, finds herself caught right in the middle of the chaos. Safe to say, prom night's about to turn into a full-on nightmare. It's got that cheesy, over-the-top energy you'd expect from a Fear Street story. Nothing too deep, just blood, drama, and a killer on the loose. If you're in the mood for something spooky but not too serious, and you're cool with a little camp, this one might be worth throwing on. Moving to number 9. iHostage is one of those tense, real-life inspired thrillers that keeps you holding your breath. It's got a 5.7 out of 10 rating. And while it's not perfect, the intensity feels real because it is. Set in the middle of Amsterdam, a regular day at the Apple Store turns into a full-blown hostage crisis when a gunman walks in. From there, it's all about strategy, pressure, and trying to stay one step ahead as the police work to end the standoff without anyone getting hurt. Since it's based on actual events, there's this uncomfortable realism to it, the kind where you're reminded this really happened. No flashy Hollywood tricks, just a situation that spirals fast, with lives on the line and no easy answers. If you're into grounded, slow-burn thrillers with that true crime edge, iHostage might be worth a watch. Now, number 8. Havoc is one of those gritty, punch-you-in-the-face action thrillers. It's got a 5.7 out of 10 rating. And yeah, it's not groundbreaking, but if you're in the mood for chaos and bone-crunching fight scenes, it delivers. The story kicks off after a drug deal goes sideways. A battered detective, clearly having the worst day ever, dives headfirst into the city's criminal underworld to find a politician's missing son. But of course, it's not just a rescue mission. He uncovers this whole nasty mess of corruption that runs deeper than he thought. It's dirty, tense, and packed with close-quarter fights. Think dark alleys, double crosses, and a city that feels like it's rotting from the inside. If you're into raw, no-frills action where the hero takes hit after hit and just keeps going, Havoc might be exactly the kind of chaos you're looking for. For number 7. KO is more than just another fight story, it's about guilt, redemption, and trying to do the right thing after everything's already gone wrong. It's sitting at a 5.8 out of 10 rating. And while it might not be a knockout hit, there's something raw about it that sticks. The plot's simple but heavy. An MMA fighter accidentally kills his opponent in the ring. And instead of just walking away, he decides to face it head-on, tracking down the widow's son to make things right, or at least try. It's not packed with non-stop action, but the emotional weight and personal struggle give it a punch of its own. It's more about the fight outside the cage, the kind that really tests you. If you're into stories about flawed people trying to redeem themselves, KO might surprise you. Next up, number 6. Exterritorial, and it has that kind of slow-burning tension where nothing feels safe. It's got a 5.8 out of 10 rating, and while it's not a blockbuster, the setup pulls you in fast. It starts with a soldier whose son disappears inside a US consulate, a place she legally can't stay, but she does anyway. Desperate and out of options, she refuses to leave and ends up stumbling into something way bigger than a missing kid. Suddenly, she's neck-deep in a conspiracy she never saw coming. The setting is tight, the stakes are high, and it keeps you wondering who to trust. It's not just a search, it's survival in a place where she's not supposed to be. If you like thrillers where every choice feels risky and the danger creeps up quietly, Exterritorial might be one to check out. Moving to number 5. A widow's game with a mystery vibe where nothing is as simple as it looks. For a 6.2 out of 10 rating. It's not a massive hit, but if you're into twisty whodunits with shady motives and hidden truths, it might be right up your alley. It kicks off with a woman dealing with the sudden, violent death of her husband, stabbed no less. And just like that, she becomes the number 1 suspect. But the more you watch, the more you start to wonder, is she hiding something or is she being set up? It's got that tense psychological edge where you're constantly second-guessing every character, every glance, every word. If you enjoy dark mysteries where no one's truly innocent and the truth slowly unravels, A Widow's Game is worth the watch. Coming up next, number 4. Last Bullet, which has that fast, gritty energy you'd expect from a high-stakes chase movie. It's rocking a 6.3 out of 10 rating, and it definitely brings some slick momentum. That's set in southern France, the story follows Lino, a getaway driver with a criminal past, serious skills under the hood, and a habit of getting pulled back into trouble. He builds cars designed to outrun anything and anyone, and he's not afraid to floor it when things go south. It's the kind of movie that's all about speed, loyalty, and trying to stay one move ahead of the law, and the people trying to kill you. There's a raw edge to it, and Lino's world feels dangerous from the jump. If you're into high-octane crime thrillers with muscle cars, tight escapes, and a lead who doesn't back down, Last Bullet might just be your next ride. Now, number 3, The Survivors, which sits at a 6.6 out of 10 rating, and it's one of those stories that quietly pulls you in with tension, guilt, and long-buried secrets. It's been 15 years since a brutal storm hit the small coastal town of Evelyn Bay, taking the lives of 3 people: Kieran's brother, Mia's best friend, and another close friend. The tragedy left scars no one talks about, and both Kieran and Mia left town, trying to move on. But now they're back, and the past isn't done with them. Old wounds reopen, memories resurface, and it becomes clear that not everything that night was what it seemed. If you're into slow burn mysteries with emotional depth, haunting atmospheres, and that feeling of a small town hiding something, The Survivors might be worth digging into. As for number 2, Straw, one of those quiet, slow-burning dramas that sneaks up on you. It's got a 6.6 out of 10 rating, and it's making a buzz these days, so it definitely leaves a mark. Where the story follows a single mother just trying to keep life together, but everything seems to keep going wrong. One bad turn leads to another, and before she knows it, she's tangled up in something way bigger than she ever expected. And suddenly, everyone's looking at her like she's the problem. It's not so much about what she did, but about how quickly life can shift, and how the world isn't always fair, especially when you're on your own. If you're into character-driven stories with real tension, quiet frustration, and that sinking "what now" feeling, Straw might be worth checking out, and I highly recommend it. And finally, number 1 on the list, Nonnas. It's one of those feel-good stories with a lot of heart and a lot of pasta. It's sitting at a 6.9 out of 10 rating, and while it's not a blockbuster, it's definitely got charm. It starts, after losing his mom, this guy decides to honor her in the most wholesome way, by opening an Italian restaurant. But here's the twist, real Italian grandmas run the kitchen. Yep, actual Nonnas bringing their old-school recipes, love, and a whole lot of sass to the table. It's sweet, a little quirky, and full of comfort food energy. The kind of movie that makes you want to hug your grandma and eat a giant bowl of spaghetti right after. If you're into heartfelt stories about family, food, and healing in the most unexpected ways, Nonnas might just hit the spot. And there you have it, 10 awesome new Netflix movies to add to your watch list right now. If you've seen any of these already, let me know what you thought in the comments. And if I missed a great one, drop it down below too. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more movie picks, and I'll see you in the next one.